Hey guys, so welcome to my ultimate download install guide for LSPDFR in Grand Theft Auto 5. So, first things first, this might be a long video, but I'm going to make it as quick as possible, and just know everything on this is really easy to do. Very first thing you're going to want to do is get a legal copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 from Steam, wherever. So, I have mine through Steam, and after you get your legal copy of Grand Theft Auto 5, there's two ways you can access the file. You can either go into your storage drive. Mine's in storage drive D. You're going to go to Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common. And all the way here, you got Grand Theft Auto 5. Another way to go about it is you go into Steam, you go to your library, Grand Theft Auto 5, right click, Manage, Browse Local Files, and boom, it'll take you right to it. Okay. So, get this put over here, and we'll get this up. So, you can ignore the internet window for now. You're gonna see Grand Theft Auto 5 standard. You're gonna want to make at least 2 copies. I have right now, this one is my modded one that I play on currently. I have a clean vanilla, so if anything ever goes haywire, it's easier to copy and paste the clean vanilla rather than uninstalling and reinstalling. It takes half the time. And then you want to have a copy of your modded game. So say you download a couple mods and they work at first, so you save them, and now you download a new mod and all of a sudden the game just won't work. Even if you remove that file, it won't work. You just delete it and you can copy and paste your good working modded file. One major tip, I learned this the hard way, it took me almost 16 hours to figure this out. If you want to play either LSPDFR, you have to have the file named Grand Theft Auto 5. If you go in here and you change the file name to just whatever, we'll put an A there. Now, if I try and play that, it will not work. It won't load up Rage plugin, which is what's used for the game. It just won't work. So anytime you're going to use a file to play LSPDFR, you have to make sure that it says Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay. So for right now, though, this is my modded file. As you can see, I got ELS, I got mods, I got plugins, I got all kinds of files in this. So this is my good one, this is my working one. We're not going to mess with this one. We're going to start fresh so you can follow on with me on everything from downloading the base game to mods that are must-haves, okay? So I'm just going to name this one A. I'll know exactly which one it is. Now, I have this clean copy. I just did this before starting the game, or starting the video. I'm just going to name this now Grand Theft Auto 5, so it's easy to follow along and get to. If you haven't made a copy of the game yet, just pause and do so now. So, as you can see, this is vanilla. Nothing changed with it. This is where we're going to be starting. This is the main directory. So I'm going to keep this open here, and we are now going to move over here to our internet browser. I'm going to provide all the links of all the mods in the description of the video. I highly recommend just going and opening up all of them, and we are going to download all these mods, and then I'll show you how to install them. First things first, if you don't have WinRAR or some kind of file extractor, you need to get one. WinRAR is free. It's what I use. It might pop up sometimes that you have to pay for it, but you just click X on the have to pay screen and you can still keep using WinRAR. So I already have WinRAR downloaded, so I'm not going to worry about downloading it again. Just follow the prompts with it. So now we're going to move on to downloading LSPDFR. One big thing that you're going to want to do is after each download from where the game works, you're going to want to go into the game and make sure the game will run. Sometimes there might be a couple crashes, or might be one crash. I've had it happen a couple times with my game, but I'll just hop back into it, restart it, and it'll work just fine. So to download LSPDFR, just go into the link that I have provided, click download. You're going to see 0.4.9, download this file again, accept the user agreement. You can read through it if you would like. And now you're going to want to go with Setup. Setup is amazing. It does some great things for you. Okay. You're going to hit download. Give it a few seconds. Wait for it to boot up with WinRAR. It'll take a few seconds. We'll open that up. The nice thing about, so it's not going to show you this, or you're going to want to do you want changes, do you want to allow changes to your computer? Just hit yes. It's just going to show up a black screen with the recording, because that's what it does, but just hit yes. It's safe, trust me. Now with the installer, you want to do the setup because it automatically puts all the files into the main directory for you. It's so easy. You're going to do English, whatever language you want. From here, you're going to hit next. I agree. You can read through everything if you would like. You're going to hit next again. So it's already located the file, but in case if it hasn't located it, you're just going to hit browse. And again, you're going to go to your storage of wherever you have the game downloaded into. If you're using Steam, you're going to go Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Grand Theft Auto 5. You see I got my other clean version, my safe modded, and then the primary modded that I use. Click on it, hit OK. You see it is still populated. Hit install. Now, launch the first time configurator. You're going to want to. So from here, welcome to the configurator, hit next, show license. So the glory about the setup, it automatically will download Rage plugin hook. This is what's used to run LSPDFR. Okay. So boom, there we go. Now it's good. And now just hit do it for me. It puts everything in there for you. Just hit do it for me. And boom, it has now been downloaded. Now I do believe we can play it now, but there's at least 2 more things I highly recommend downloading before you start playing. So I'm going to provide Rage plugin hook for you to download in the description, the link for it. You don't have to, because if you look from downloading the LSPDFR setup, it automatically downloaded it. So we don't need to worry about this now. You're going to want to do ScriptHookV. ScriptHookV just helps with the ASI loader, or it adds ASI loader and native trainer. I don't know the exact statistics as to what it does. I just know it helps make the game work. So you're going to hit download. And again, boom, it's downloaded. It's going to say it's dangerous. It's not. So hit keep. And what we're going to also do right now is we're just going to go through and download OpenIV. I already have OpenIV downloaded, but as you see, I've downloaded this quite a few times. OVI setup. I'm just going to keep going until I don't need to anymore. Hit continue. It'll locate the necessary files, accept the agreement, and again, or nope, not yet. So make a desktop icon, because we're going to be using this for mods and plugins. Hit continue, and this right here is where you're going to be downloading it and installing it. I'm going to hit no because I already have it. And we'll get back into it. Just follow the prompts. It'll be smooth sailing, okay? Now, let's go ahead and install ScriptHookV. with ScriptHookV, you can look at the README text. You can look at this. I don't know what that is. I've never looked at it. You're going to go into bin, and you can download all 3 of these. Or you need to move the files over. You don't have to do native trainer. I don't have it. Some people do. But for the sake of the video, you're just going to highlight all 3, and you're going to just drag into the main directory. Do not put it in any file. Do not put it in any pre-made folder. You want to make sure it doesn't highlight anything else. I highly recommend just get it to where you have half and half screens, drag and drop into the blank space over here. Boom. ScriptHookV is now downloaded and installed onto your Grand Theft Auto 5 file. From here, we can actually play Grand Theft Auto 5 LSPDFR. And I will show you real quick. You're just going to double click on Rage plugin hook. It's going to go through first time setup. So from here, plugin timeout threshold, this just gives it time where you have modded plugins. It allows a time frame before the game shuts down saying, hey, this is taking too long, something's wrong. I have mine set to 60,000, which is the max. You can set it to whatever you want. As you can see, it gives you a value of what you can do. I just have it set to the max to make sure everything will download. Plugins. So right now we only have the one plugin, which is LSPDFR. So it's going to load it on startup. Advanced settings, you can have the custom loading screen disabled. I like having it enabled because then I can make sure everything's loading accordingly when the game is loading. Go into game settings, back it up. Back up the current version. Just highly recommend it. And then save and launch. I'm going to tell you a little bit of stuff about it. Just hit OK, and it should boot right up. So this is what I was telling you about. Right here is going to display everything that's loading with the game. Because if it's having an issue, it's going to display it on here right away so you're not left in the dark. And if you don't see this Rage plugin hook, then that means Rage flat out is not working. And that's generally when the file names don't match up with one another. Because that was an issue that I had when I first tried downloading the game. So, as you can see, we're in it. We'll hit escape. Boom, there's LSPDFR. I'll get into how to make a character and everything at the end of the video. But just know, if you hop into Grand Theft Auto 5 and you're not done with the prologue, you need to quit out of LSPDFR and play the vanilla game until you get to right here, where you're Franklin and you're done with the prologue. Otherwise, LSPDFR will not work. You need to be able to freely roam around. So we are going to go ahead and exit out of this. By the way, if you see my Steam name, go ahead and add me. I don't mind. So from here, as you can see, it works. And as long as you follow everything in this video, everything will work. Now, some people download ScriptHookVDOTnet. There's a different version. I'm not going to provide it in here because that was a file that I had issues with. So I'm not going to go over ScriptHookVDOTnet for an installation because I've had problems with it, and that's that. So now what we're going to do, since we've done ScriptHookV, we got OpenIV downloaded, we're not worried about Rage plugin, and most of all, we got LSPDFR downloaded. Right now, we're going to go through and download all of these tabs real quick because it's going to make everything go a lot quicker. So we're going to start with Packfile Limit Adjuster. Go to Download. Click the green Download again. Boom, that's downloaded. Go over to your Heap Adjuster. Download. Download. That's getting in there. Come over here to ELS. ELS, the emergency lighting system, it makes your lights actually work when you download the mods, and they're just beautiful. Okay, so download this file. It's a plugin. We'll go over that in a little bit. Agree and download. Always download the most up-to-date version. And that's going to get going. Come over here, GrammarPolice. Oh, GrammarPolice is amazing. I'll go over that here in a little bit. This is another plugin. Agree and download. Again, download the most up-to-date version. And then we got Immersive Dispatch. A lot of these plugins, it adds so much, let's just say, flavor to the game. It makes it that much more immersive, that much more fun. It's great stuff. StopThePed, just hit close on that little ad. You're going to want to scroll down all the way to basically the bottom, and you're going to click on this download right here. If there's any other little download things, ignore it. Those are not going to be good, but this is the actual file right here. See, boom, downloading. Come over here to UltimateBackup. All the way down, download. ALPRLite. So this just kind of gives you a little showcase of what's going on at your bottom left corner. It's a very handy feature. Download that. CompuLite. CompuLite just gives you more detailed information when it comes to the computer system. It gives you a lot more than the vanilla LSPDFR. It's very handy. Download. And then, okay, these are just cars. We're going to get to that last. So first we're going to do the necessary files. So Packfile Limit Adjuster and Heap Adjuster just help when you have a lot of mods and plugins. It helps make the game run a lot smoother. And then the ELS system, the GrammarPolice, and Immersive Dispatch, all of these plugins right here just help make the game feel more immersive. Okay, so we're just going to kind of close out of that. We're going to open up OpenIV, because OpenIV is what we're going to need to use to download all these things. Most of them, anyway. So first time when you open up OpenIV is going to ask for where the file location is, and again, this is where you're going to go in and you're going to have it go to your main directory of Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay, you're just going to want to look for it. If you need a refresher on how to get to it, just rewind the video to either find it via Steam or your file explorer. And from here, you're going to hit Windows. It's going to start it up. It says I actually changed it to a different file. It might actually, oh, no, never mind. So from here, you're going to see install plugin for GTA 5, ASI Manager. Yes, get it. Just click on it. And right here, you're going to want the OpenIV and the Open Camera. If it's not installed, get it installed. Oh, that's new. Normally I have to create my own mods folder, but now it's already doing it. We won't worry about that. Click yes, so it automatically populated a mods folder, which you need. So that's all downloaded. We'll go over here to the main directory. Boom, mods folder. That is very, very important. So from here, we need to get updates into the mods folder. So you're going to want to make sure this is highlighted blue, your edit mode. Okay. Now, you're going to, from right here, you're going to go to Update, x64, DLC packs, and right here are all the updates. You typically want all of these patches. They're all patch updates. You can download all of them. It'll take a little while, but the ones that I have are from, I have it written down right here. I have patch day 20. This is what's used for the vehicles. And then 25 down is what I have. I haven't gotten around to downloading the rest of them. But for now, we're just going to get patch date 20 because that's going to be used for the vehicles. You're going to click on DLC RPF, copy to mods folder. Okay, so now we have that. This way we can get our vehicle mods. Now we're going to go back to Grand Theft Auto 5 from up here on the bar. Sorry, my computer terminology may not be the best, but I'll try and do plain language the best that I can. And then from here, you're going to want to go into x64C and have that copied to mods folder. That's going to come in handy later on. This one takes a minute, but you need it. Okay, that one's a long download because there's a lot of information in it, but again, you need it in your mods folder. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and go back to Grand Theft Auto 5 on here, and this is where the fun stuff begins. We're going to go back in here, and we're going to get all of these opened up. So we're going to show all. We'll scroll all the way to right here. So Packfile, limit adjuster, show in folder. Or, nope. There we go. So we're just going to go through now and open up all of these guys. And again, this is what I was talking about. You have to purchase it. You don't. So we're just going to kind of start moving everything over, get everything opened up. I'm going to edit out all this so the video is a little bit quicker. Alright, after all that's said and done, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 folders open in WinRAR. I know it's a lot, so we're going to get this brought back up. Alright, first things first, we'll do Packfile Limit Adjuster. This one's very easy. All you're going to do is click the ASI and INI files. Make sure over here you're not in any other folders or files. We'll go back in here to Packfile. Boom, there it is. Drag and drop into the blank space. Boom, Packfile is now installed. We can X out of that. Next, we will do Heap Adjuster. It's the exact same thing. Copy both ASI and INI files, drag and drop. Boom, that is now installed. ELS. ELS is a little bit different. What we're going to do is go to Installation Files, Grand Theft Auto 5, and you're going to download everything here. All you're going to do, drag and drop. So you see I added an ELS folder. That's what we're going to need for the vehicle mods, and then put everything else in here. You need the Advanced Hook V. It helps a lot. Well, it makes the game work. Let's just go with that. Now, I'm just going to click that so I don't not highlight anything. Now, GrammarPolice. GrammarPolice is a little bit different as well. From here, you see you got plugins and LSPDFR. You don't have to click in there and just keep going. You don't have to do that to extract the specific file. All that you got to do, again, is just drag and drop. There's a lot of information in it, so it takes a second. So the glory about GrammarPolice and Immersive Dispatch, instead of a plugin going into the plugins folder, like an additional plugin, it all goes into the LSPDFR plugin. So it runs very smoothly. And as you can see, it added some extra files in here into the LSPDFR folder. So when you go into these mod files with WinRAR, if it's got those folders, it just automatically puts everything in there. Okay. Now, so what you're going to do is you're going to go into the texture files now. From here, this is where we need OpenIV. From here, we're going to go into mods. This is where we go into the x64C RPF. You're going to go into levels, GTA-V, props, and then lev des, and then lev des again. So from right here, you want to make sure you're not highlighted on any files. So I just, out of habit, click in the blank space. You're going to take the police plus hi.ytd and the other one, drag and drop it to the OpenIV. So we are done with the x64C now. So you can go back to the GTA-V area here, and we can exit out GrammarPolice. GrammarPolice is now installed. We will now go to Immersive Dispatch, double click. This is a handy dandy little thing to have on hand. If you have a second screen and you're new to LSPDFR or just Immersive Dispatch in general, have this open on your other screen, because Immersive Dispatch and GrammarPolice basically allow you to be able to talk to dispatch by your microphone. It is amazing. This way you at least have the actions and you can familiarize it if it's on your second screen. I don't have a second screen, but I have it pretty well down pat, so I'm just going to exit out of this. You're going to go into OP, Immersive Dispatch, and right here again, you're going to want to just copy and drag and drop. Now you'll see it has RAGEnative UI.dll. We already have it right there. So I recommend you drag and drop just this, compare info for both files, and you want the newest version. So right here, you can see files already in Grand Theft Auto 5 is this guy, and the one from Immersive Dispatch is right here. You see 8.1 of 21, 12.19 of 21. You want to go with the newest file, which we already have in Grand Theft Auto 5. So we are going to hit cancel, and we're going to skip the RAGEnative. So we are going to simply just click, control, click, drag, and drop. Boom. Now we got Immersive Dispatch installed. We're getting down there. Now we're going to do StopThePed. Click on StopThePed, and again, we will drag and drop RAGEnative first, compare files. So now, this one is technically newer by a couple of hours, but we're not going to worry about it because it's only a couple of hours difference. If you want to use it, you can. It's whatever. Otherwise, from here, as you can see, there's more files in there with the plugins, but all we're going to do is just drag and drop plugins. And it'll automatically put all the files we need into our plugins. You can now hit X, UltimateBackup, double click, and again, we'll do the same thing, and I just noticed that is highlighted still, so we're going to click off of that. RAGEnative, compare, ours is still more up to date, so we'll X out of that and just do plugins again. You're going to want to replace files with destination because UltimateBackup does have a file in there with it's either Immersive Dispatch or the GrammarPolice. It put that file name in there, but this has all of the information. So replace the files in destination. Boom. And again, you go into LSPDFR, GrammarPolice, UltimateBackup, all that's in there, and it's within LSPDFR plugin. Exit out all that. ALPRLite. Double click, and again, you drag and drop the plugins. Boom. Hit X. CompuLite. Double click. Again, we're going to inspect the RAGEnative. compare for both files. Again, it's just newer by an hour, so we're not going to worry about that. So drag and drop plugins. Boom. So with having all of that downloaded, we are going to test the game. So in order to do so, if you haven't made a Rage plugin shortcut, you're going to want to. All you got to do is come in here, right click on Rage plugin hook, send to desktop create shortcut. You're just going to click on it and boom, it'll make a shortcut in Rage. So since we've already gone through the initial setup and we need to activate new plugins if any have been put in, you're going to double click. As soon as you do, hold the shift key. And then what it's going to do, you see how it's flashing down here? It brings you back to this. So now you can go into plugins. All of these plugins that we just downloaded automatically link up with LSPD first response, which is terrific. So what we will do now is advanced settings. Again, I disabled the custom loading screen. Game settings, you can revert backup. You might want to revert to backup after making sure everything works, but this is why we are going into it now before we start downloading even more stuff to make sure the game works. Save and launch. We'll make sure there's no problems. So that always scares the crap out of me when it does that, but just know that is a normal thing after you download all those plugins, where it just goes black and it's paused for a split second there. But as you can see, LSPDR is loaded, everything works, we are good to go. We're going to get out of this and go back into the downloading the mods. Alright, so next up what we're going to do is download 2 more plugins. I forgot to get these added up in the video, so they'll still be in the description. So now what we're going to do is download Stickywheels and keep the freaking doors open. Stickywheels basically allows it to where when you stop the patrol car or any vehicle you're in, if you have the wheels turned and you get out of the vehicle, instead of automatically putting the wheels forward like the vanilla game, it'll keep the wheels turned in the direction you had them. And then keep the damn doors open is exactly what you think it is. As soon as you get out of the vehicle, it'll keep that door open so you have a cover like you would in real life for a little bit of more immersive roleplay. So we're going to go ahead and download Stickywheels. Again, it's a plugin, so you have to hit agree and download. Wait for this guy to get going. You're going to click to open it. Hit X there. Then we will minimize and then keep the doors open. Same thing, get this downloaded. Sorry, I'm drinking my sugar-free Mountain Dew. And again, we'll do the exact same thing. So, the glorious thing about these plugins is just like the other ones. You don't have to use OpenIV at all. What we're going to do is, again, make sure we're not clicked into any files. With Stickywheels, double click, again, the plugins folder, drag, and drop. Now, Stickywheels and Keep the Doors Open have their own plugin. They don't fall into LSPDFR, they have their own plugin. So, again, with Keep the Doors Open, double click Grand Theft Auto 5, plugins, drag, and drop. This is where when we go into it this time, you really want to make sure after you double click on Rage plugin hook, you hold that shift key, because now we're going to make some changes in the directory of Rage plugin. You'll go to plugins, and now you'll see Keep the Doors Open and Stickywheels. Make sure they're checked. Go back through everything. As long as everything works, eventually come back in here and back up the game version, and you'll hit save and launch. I'm going to hit save and launch and edit and cut out to back to this screen if everything works. Alright, so everything worked on my end. If you paused it and checked it yourself, good on you. Everything should have worked. As long as you were following every step I did, everything will work since it worked for me. Now, we're going to get into modded vehicles. So from here, we're going to go into OpenIV. You're going to want to go to your update folder, x64, DLC packs, and now you're going to want patch day 20. Patch day 20, I don't know for sure if it has to be it's exactly this file for vehicles, but it's what I use and it works, so I'm just sticking with it. You're going to double click on patch day 20, DLC RPF. If you haven't already, I must have already gone through it, but if it says copy in mods folder or show in mods folder, just click on the show in mods or copy in mods. Boom, it's going to take you to it. Now you're going to go x64, levels, GTA-V, vehicles. So this is where we're going to be downloading all of our vehicles or installing them. And when it comes to the ELS, this is where I'm going to show you as well how to get the emergency lighting system installed for each specific vehicle. Right now, the vehicles I'm going to have provided are the ones that are my personal favorite. I enjoy them immensely. You don't have to do these exact vehicles, but just for the sake of the video, we're just going to do what I have. You're going to go in and look up vehicles that have ELS, download file, wait for it to finish downloading, and we're just going to go through and download all of these. Oh, this one is my absolute favorite. So just get all those guys downloaded. Click to have them open once when they're done downloading so you can exit out of the pay for this or else screen. Okay, now that we have those downloaded, we'll start with my personal favorite, the 93 Mustang. There are so many videos that I have watched of LSPDFR and no one else uses this car, and I am a Fox body fanatic, so I was so excited when I saw this. Typically with any vehicle download, you're going to have vehicle files, templates, screenshots, whatever. You want to go into wherever the vehicle files are. This one happens to have 2 different texture packs. But what you are going to do is with your OpenIV and then with your WinRAR folder, you're going to want for this case, these 2 Police 4 files. Just drag and drop it to OpenIV, and you're going to want to get that third one. So typically when you're downloading these files, there's going to be 3 files that go into OpenIV and 1 file that goes into your GTA-V main directory, and that's going to go into your ELS folder. So you're going to click on your ELS file, and right here you're going to click on Pack Default. So you see it says Police. This is where you want to be because this has one of the XML files. You can delete this because this is just one of the vehicles that just comes standard. They put the ELS lighting system in there to kind of showcase it if you haven't downloaded any other mods. So we are just going to drag and drop the XML. All the XMLs for the vehicles go in here. This is what allows this is basically the lights essentially, if I remember correctly. But one thing to know about these, you can go ahead and exit out of this, or you can save it to your desktop, whatever. This is what the vehicle is named under. So you have, let me flip through my notebook here. I have everything written down just for this purpose. There's going to be 4 police cars and 1 police transport. 2 sheriff cars, 1 noose, 2 FBI vehicles, and 1 park ranger. These are all the police units. In the main vanilla game, they are labeled as police, police 2, police 3, police 4, or sheriff, sheriff 2. The police transport is labeled as police T. The list goes on. If you want a specific vehicle to work for a specific category, you have to type it out. So this Fox body is going to take over slot number 4, police 4. Just to kind of show you how the vehicle is going to look, you can just double click on either of these 2 files. Don't click on the texture dictionary. It's going to look like someone's summoning a demon. You're going to double click on this guy right here, and boom. You get a quick lookout of how the vehicle looks. It looks a lot better in game, trust me. And this is pretty typical. You'll get the 1 wheel shown, which is perfectly fine. The vehicle will be amazing looking in game. So now we'll get into that naming thing I was telling you about. So with the September Sheriff Pack, we've got all kinds of vehicles. My personal favorite vehicles are the F-150, the Taurus, and the Crown Vic. I have a Highway Patrol Explorer somewhere in there, but for the sake of the video, the Explorer and the F-150 are both labeled under Sheriff. As you can see, this one's Sheriff 2, and this one's Sheriff 2. So if you put both of these in there, you're likely to break the game a little bit, or it might just load one or the other. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But we are going to transfer Sheriff 2 as the F-150. Make sure you're not highlighted on anything. Come back over here, drag, and drop those 3 files into OpenIV. So now you got Sheriff 2. You're going to go back 1, go into the ELS folder. You see it's got labeled F-150. This one is nice and organized. You can either do regular ELS or custom. I like the custom. And all you need is the XML file. Again, make sure you're not highlight on anything. Sheriff 2 XML, boom. Now, if you want to change the names, I haven't tried to change the names inside WinRAR. So what I did is I just took the whole file, let me go to my desktop, and I made a folder specifically for my vehicles that I want. So I can go in here, and I can change the name of the files as I please. Because like right here, Taurus, it originally wasn't FBI, so I went in here and I changed it to FBI, or say the Crown Vic. The Crown Vic, that's what I changed. This was originally, or no, hold on. Okay, so you got one of each here. Huh, maybe it was a different vehicle then. Oh, it was the Tahoe. So the Tahoe was originally, this one right here was originally Sheriff 2, but I changed it to P Ranger. If you want to change it, just drag and drop the file onto your desktop, make a folder, whatever, and then you're going to go in here and change the names. So if you want to know exactly what you want a certain vehicle to be named as, I highly recommend just going into LSPDFR's download pages and just look for certain vehicles that you would assume would be in a certain format for, say, obviously a sheriff car is going to be a Sheriff 1 or Sheriff 2. Say you don't know what the Noose vehicle is going to be labeled as. Look up what would be the Noose vehicle, download it, and that file name will be in there already. So say you want to have your Dodge Charger be the Noose squad vehicle instead of an SUV. You just change the name of that Charger to whatever the file name is supposed to be. So say I want the Fox body to be under as the Park Ranger's vehicle. I would go in here, vehicle files, and I would change all 3 of these files, including this one right here, or even this one right here, to P Ranger. And now if I put that into OpenIV, and I did that with all those files, my Park Ranger vehicle will now be a Fox Body Mustang. But that's not the case. I like it as it is, as Police 4. Now, in my main one, I think I changed it to Police 2 because that's the Interceptor, and I like it saying Interceptor instead. But that's just how I have it. So we're just going to go with those two vehicle mods for now. It's a rinse, lather, repeat on downloading vehicles. You get the idea. So now we are actually completely done with OpenIV. I might make a later video on other installs, but this is just kind of what's gotten me started. So we're just going to roll with what we got right now. Right now, we're going to go into GrammarPolice, and I'm going to show you how to make your own call sign for the radio. You're going to go into here to, nope, not LSPDFR. You're going to go into Plugins, LSPDFR, GrammarPolice. So leave the default alone. You're going to copy it, paste, so you have a copy, and this is what I did, this is what everyone else does. Label your copied one as custom, and I will show you why right now. So inside of here, the generic call sign is 1 Lincoln 18. Inside of the GrammarPolice files, I highly recommend just kind of play around with it, look into it. If you're afraid to change something, hop on YouTube. There are hundreds of videos of people showing you how to run things. They're a little bit older versions, but you can generally get the generic idea. I have mine set to Adam-17. You can have a max of 4 hyphens in here, and the dispatch will recognize it. I just like Adam-17. I wanted to do Sierra 1-17, but the game files only allow a certain audio of certain call sign names and numbers. So I like Adam. The game file for S instead of Sierra, it has to be Sam. And I like saying Adam-17. It's just my thing. So you change that in there. So now your call sign will be Adam-17 or whatever you choose it to be. Save it and exit out. The game will now use the custom design instead of the default. But leave the default there. Do not delete it because it will ruin the game. From here, after you play the game and you get into LSPDFR, there will be an INI OP Immersive Dispatch file in here. It will not show up until you play the game and you sign on shift. You go 10-8. Then it'll populate here. You're going to have to exit out of the game, come in here, and adjust the file. I will show you how to do that momentarily. But for right now, we have everything downloaded that we need downloaded for this ultimate beginner's install. Okay, so let's hop in to the game so I can show you how great this game is. Alright, so now that we're in game, first time going into LSPDFR, you're going to go to characters and switch character. Because you need to create your own character. And just for the sake of the video, I'm just going with what they provide me, which is Daniel Johnson right here. We're just going to hit save and continue. If you want to change your character, now's the time to do it. And just pause the video, get your stuff rocking and rolling. So we are now in game. I'm actually going to grab my controller. Oh, because for whatever reason this thing's really weird on the keyboard. I prefer controller. You're going to pause, come over to LSPDFR, and just go to nearest police station. Or if you want to mess around a little bit, you can. This is just to kind of show you how everything's going to work. Come in here, open locker room. This is where you're going to go 10-8 for the first time. Go on duty. Consuming coffee, sometimes memorizing Miranda, or consuming donuts. That'll show up at the bottom right corner. I love it. Police locker room, and you see, just popped up everything. Populated everything. You see Immersive Dispatch right there? 1 Lincoln 18 on duty. So that's how we're going to fix that momentarily. For right now, we will get a uniform on, and we're going to check out the police garage so I can show you the mods, show you that they worked. So LSPD, the Fox Body Mustang is going to be in here. You got Police Cruiser, Police Buffalo, Interceptor. Oh. So Police 4 is really weird. I remember now, I have the Explorer as Police 4, and it only shows up on a rare occasion. For whatever reason, it doesn't show up in here. That's why I set it to Police 2, because that's the Interceptor. But if we come over here to Sheriff, boom, Sheriff 2, we got the F-150, just like that. We'll hit Select and Continue, so I can showcase the mod actually worked, okay? So it says you are now on duty, and what we're going to do is exit out and get into Immersive Dispatch so that we can update your call sign for Immersive Dispatch. So now, again, we're going to go into Plugins, LSPDFR. You see, right here, Configuration Settings. Double click. 1 Lincoln 18. Change it to how you have it, how you wanted it. So, like for me, Adam-17. File and save. All right. And real quick, what we will do is I am going to update the Fox body just to show you guys that it actually works. We'll change this to Police 3. We'll go back in here to OpenIV. I didn't realize I exited out of it. Go to Mods, Update, x64 DLC Packs, Patch Day 20, DLC RPF, x64, Levels, GTA-V, Vehicles. Now, I don't know if I can change the file name in here. Yes, I can. That makes it so much easier. Police 3. Police 3. And Police 3. Boom. We'll exit out of that. Now we'll go back into the game, and I'll see you in there. Alright, so we are back. We're going back on duty, consuming more coffee. Little pop-ups, and if you look again, Immersive Dispatch, it shows Adam-17 now. So, we'll go back into Police Locker, we'll get our uniform back on. We're going to go into the police garage, and I will show you the Fox body. Boom. Under number 3 is the Police Interceptor, and we got the Fox body. In here, you can go into components. I can't remember what the components do exactly. Or you go into mods, and you can add the armor, the brakes, the engine, all that. Do not do apply all. I've done it once before, and it freaks out the car. If you want to do it yourself just to see, go right ahead. I just don't recommend it. So here we are. Now, when it comes to using Immersive Dispatch or GrammarPolice, I don't know how to talk to dispatch via controller yet, but what I discovered is the Alt key activates the radio. That is one thing that I have yet to see anyone put in their videos, is how to use dispatch. And as you can see, it's asking me say again. So check this out. Dispatch, Adam 17.
This is dispatch.
Show me 1019.
Roger that, Adam 17.
It's always
Proceed to
having
patrol area.
issues registering 1019, which is supposed to be en route to the office. Okay. But now, if I say dispatch, show me out of service.
Roger that, Adam 17.
It works. Dispatch, show me 10-8.
Copy that, Adam 17. Proceed to patrol area.
Now, check this out. Dispatch, shots fired. No, just wait.
Assistance needed in Mission Row.
You see all the blue dots popping up?
This is David Charles 12, copy. I'm right here, dispatch.
How cool
I'll check it out.
is that? You are getting the whole brigade on
Roger
you.
that, we're on our way.
I got you covered!
How wild is that? It's really weird in order to dismiss everyone. Oh, I can't remember how to dismiss.
I'm on your back! Hello.
Oh wait,
What the?
just popped it how to dismiss. Oh, hold up on D-pad.
Thanks.
You gotta go face to face with everyone and hold up on D-pad to dismiss them. I'll cut out.
Thanks.
Alright, now that we've dismissed our emergency call, mess around with the keys, play with the keys a little bit, figure things out. I prefer the controller. It takes a little bit of time to figure everything out, but you get used to it. So like, if you're using the controller to activate the emergency lights, you hit left on the D-pad once, and it'll activate one of the lights once you hit it once. Twice activates the cautionary. 3 times activates code 3. Now, when you get the lights in code 3, if you press the B button, that just gives you a little siren blip. But if you press down on the D-pad when you're code 3, it'll hold the sirens. And as soon as you get out of the vehicle, this is where I love those plugins. Oh, I haven't downloaded that plugin yet. Turn the sirens off plugin. We'll get that downloaded here in a minute. I'll cut to it. But in order to turn off the sirens again, you either turn off the lights or you can press down on the D-pad. So here, let's go do a traffic stop real quick. We'll just pick one random victim. We're going to hold A.
That's why God made moves.
So in order to do a traffic stop, you gotta have your lights in code 3. Press and hold A, and now the person is going to maneuver to the side of the road. If they're taking too long, you'll click the left thumbstick or whatever key it prompts you. Now, suspect is coming to a stop. What we'll do is step out, and as you can see, the tires are staying turned thanks to Stickywheels. You can approach from either... Oh! He just tased me.
I think I'm freaking out!
Suspect has crashed.
Alright, so I guess we got a little bit more than a traffic
I
stop
see
going
the
on
perp.
here.
We're in pursuit.
Dispatch, can I get an air unit?
Dispatch, we got eyes on the target. Moving to engage. Eagle 6 is in support. Suspect has crashed. The suspect's on foot.
Shoot this fool! Give up now! Garbage!
I don't know what's going on right
Just
there.
give up! Let's go!
Press and
Get in
hold to
there!
arrest. There we
Let me
go.
see those hands!
Takes a little bit of figuring out, but you'll eventually get the hang of it. I'm going to cut out real quick. So, sorry I had to exit out of it. I got a phone call, paused the game, got off the phone, went back in, and the game had froze. So I just exited out because we need to get one more download done, and I'm going to make sure and have timestamps for every single download in the description below so that you guys, if you're just wanting one specific download, you can find it rather quickly and understand how to get it installed and everything be working. So right now what we're going to do is turn the sirens off. So all we're going to Google is LSPDFR turn off siren. Automatic siren cutout. So it's another plugin. We'll download, agree and download. Again, get the most up-to-date version. And again, since it's a plugin, we don't need OpenIV. Just go in here, make sure we're not highlighted on any folders. Grand Theft Auto 5, get rid of you. We're going to need both of these files. Drag and drop. And there we go. That is my guide. That is my installation guide. We just downloaded how many mods and plugins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, including LSPDFR. I have never seen any video show every single one of these in one video, especially in one so quick. So again, timestamps if you need any more assistance. If anything does not work, that means something went wrong during the download process. Go back into my video on where it messed up and rewatch it. Everything's very easy, very simple to do. And if you guys like the video, please like, please subscribe. I am a new channel and I'm just trying to get my feet up off the ground. So with that, you guys have yourselves a great day.